Take one.
So where were you born?
In Angola.
Angola.
Luanda, yes.
Okay. Can I ask the year?
Sorry?
The year? Can I ask the year?
Yes, 71.
71.
Yes.
Okay. And you?
I born in Porto in 84.
84. Okay. And what's your full name?
Ana Paula Pereira Loureiro.
And again?
Ana
Ana
Paula Pereira
Okay.
Loureiro.
I have to ask because sometimes people have longer names and sometimes the artists have artistic names.
Yeah. No,
Ricardo Filipe Ferreira de Souza.
This soldier. Okay. And what are your parents' names?
Maria Rosa Barbosa Pereira Loureiro e António João dos Santos Loureiro.
What was their profession? If I may ask?
My mother was costureira.
How do you say
The lady
people
that do the clothes.
I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
Anyways.
you understand the idea.
Yeah. we understand.
And my father, you know that things that you put the drinks in the cold?
Yeah.
Refrige.
He made the refrige.
Okay.
Yes.
In Angola, yeah.
Yes, also in Portugal and also in Angola. In Angola, my mother didn't work at the time.
What is it?
My father is called Horacio and my mother Isabel, and they both work in Toyota. My father more to the side of the spare parts management and logistics, and my mother is more in marketing and quality control, but more in the office, not so to the car part.
Because you were born in Angola, how was the growing up, the life there when you were a kid?
I don't remember. I was very young. It was the time that my parents went to Angola to have a better life because they are Portuguese. They were Portuguese, and they went to Angola to get a better life because it was a colony at the time. Angola was a colony from Portugal, and they achieved a better life. But then it was the time that
75 the year of
Angola kicked out the Portuguese people, and my parents were without nothing.
Okay, and later when you came to Portugal, how was your childhood?
It was nice. I'm the older sister, and I need all the time. Like my parents don't have so much money, and they need to work and don't have money to let me in a school. Then I have to stay at home taking care of my sister. I was at the time like 5 years old and 6, and I was alone taking care of my sister.
You're the older sister,
Yeah. And taking care of her, and but it was nice. It was nice. I don't regret nothing because I learned a lot, and I had the opportunity of growing as a person, as a human being.
And you, how was your childhood?
normal, really nice, happy. I'm blessed for the family that I have. A lot of family support. As my parents were working, so I was raised by my grandmother. And I made a lot of sport since very young. That I have a lot of activities, and it's the way that I'm feeling good. And that's why nowadays we have a lot of things to do, because it was the process that I had. I played soccer for 10 years. I was also a time playing basketball. I was doing at the age of 16. I had my first small jobs like part-times. So it was like a long day by studying and sports and trying to earn some money, because since young I wanted to have my own independence. Although my parents always were there to help everything.
So if you did all these sports, when did dance come? How did dance come?
The dance arrived in a moment that I was still doing sports. So I started dancing at the age of 14, and I was playing soccer till the age of 17. So there was a period that I was able to manage everything. In the moment that I start looking to dance in another way, in a more priority way, I need to stop soccer, because our body is our tool of work, and the soccer you can have some kind of injuries that are complicated. So I have like an ankle twist, and I need to stop dancing for some months. And that was the moment that I said, no, I need to stop the soccer. and I want to go through there.
Well, what was your first dance? What did you
I
start
started dancing salsa. So
salsa.
not salsa because in the school that I start, they have a progression of teaching that I start with merengue, son, only after Cuban salsa, danzón also, and then I enter in the dance company and we start developing other Caribbean rhythms like joropo from Venezuela, cumbia from Colombia, and this was the beginning. Only after 1 or 2 years, it's the time that the Kizomba started appearing in the salsa scene.
What was that? Which year
That
was
was
that?
99, 2000.
In Portugal, right?
In Porto, speaking about Porto,
Okay.
because Lisbon it's other reality. But although the Kizomba started appearing in the salsa scene more or less at the same time in
Yeah.
Porto and Lisbon, with Pachu starting teaching some workshops in salsa schools, and this was the first approach to the Angolan style of dance, because we have a lot of immigrants there, people hanging out in the salsa clubs, and you start seeing how they dance, you start going with them to African clubs. At that time there were mainly native people attending, so this was the beginning. But I started with Latin dance and we still dance in Latin music to the day of today and teaching and performing.
I start with Africa, because as my parents went to Angola, they passed something that they received there in Angola. And the Portuguese have lots of the things from Angola. And I remember the first time that I was dancing, I was just a small child, like 5 years or 4, and I remember it was a band playing, and it was a merengue, but the merengue from Angola. And the way of dance is completely different. And I was dancing, and I remember my father looking to me and saying, "What? She's dancing, she's moving her ass in that way," because it was I don't know, the smell, because I don't remember that things from Angola. And I was dancing, and that the first time that I remember. Then, since I remember, I was dancing all the time in the school, I was performing all the time the music from the pop music, from Madonna, from Duran Duran.
That's in Portugal, yeah?
Yes, in Portugal. And then appeared the salsa, because I met Venezuelan guys, my master of aerobics and my master of the dance. They are both Venezuelan. And I start with the Venezuelan merengue, salsa from Venezuela, and I learned from them a lot.
When was this?
It was in 1989. And then
She's experienced.
and then I learned all the dances as Ricardo, because I was with Ernesto Costa, that is the father of the salsa in Portugal, that Venezuelan guy that he brought the salsa to Portugal. And then it was there like that. It was merengue, danzón, son, salsa, Cuban style also. And then the other styles, like we were with them, we were dancing on the dance company, and we learned cumbia, joropo, Afro, also Afro from
Tambores from Venezuela.
Yes.
All this was in Portugal, all these dances?
Porto.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Kizomba appeared in the parties, and then I started learning.
How was the Kizomba when it came to Portugal?
It's the natural way of dancing Kizomba, very minimalist. Learned from the parents, from the parties, from people watching. So there was not any technique around that. It was feeling flavor, and you were seeing the other dancing, and you try to copy some moves and try to understand how they move, but very intuitive. So there was no study about that before Pachu. Like, Pachu, you speak with him for sure, and he had the need to create a kind of methodology, because Portuguese people start asking him how to do it, and he needed to arrange a way of communication to people be able to go for it. So this was also our major trump in this area, because we come from a way of learning in a Latin way. Exactly. We are Europeans. We had the difficulty to understand the movement, so we are able to break it down. And in the a community of African people that dance very well, and speaking at that time, almost 16, 17 years old, their tools of teaching European people were not totally developed, including Pachu, and he knows that. He improved a lot his way of communicating. So for us it was quite easier to have this way of communication. So of course a lot of people start following our work because of that. We felt the difficulties, so it was easy to reach all the people. Including my first way of dancing Kizomba, it was like a bad bachata. Because I fell in love with the music immediately, but I didn't have the reference. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 fit there.
Yeah.
But with the hip hop and with the toe, it was really bad. But I didn't care. I was having fun with that music. Only after you start realizing that it's a different way, the movement is different, you start seeing other people, and it's a normal process.
Yeah.
But my first Kizomba was crap.
All of us.
course.
I saw recently I found some old videos. I was like, here.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
I was like, was that me? Like, okay. What do you think Kizomba back then and now? What is the biggest difference? Is there any difference for you? Besides the system, like, there's something changed? What do you think changed?
A lot of things changed. Starting by the interest of the people. Back on that time, if you go on the street and you listen some Kizomba music playing, and you look, for sure it was a car with an African guy passing by. Nowadays, speaking about Portugal, Kizomba is mainstream. You go to a shopping center, in 10 stores, 8 are playing Kizomba music. You go in the street, you listen to kids with the mobile phones, listen to Badosha and Selmo Ralph, so it became mainstream. At that time, this dance, this music was considered like an African thing, not good for European people. So it was only small communities of native people and just a few white people because they fell in love. Nowadays, you go to a club, a house club, where they play pop music, commercial, and you have Kizomba playing all night. So that is a big change because of the acceptance of the people. And after that, the music changed also.
Yeah,
it's normal. The music changed, the way of dance also changed as the music changed. So it's the same if you start doing comparison 60, 70 years ago when you had a samba danced alone, not dancing in couple. It was a carnival dance. After with European influences, you start having a couple position. And then even in the native people, they suffer changes. Even the music, when Kizomba appeared, it was very criticized by the cotas, because they said, this is not samba, what you are doing is not correct. So that's why the word Kizomba appeared connected to a style of music. So this is like a cycle everywhere. You go to salsa, you have the same, bachata, you have the same, tango, you have the same. Everywhere, in swing, the West Coast swing, you have also different things. In the zouk world, with the Brazilian, the neo, it's the same.
In the fitness where I came from, it's the same. This thing that I see in Kizomba, I already saw in the fitness and then in the salsa and
in everything. I saw it in tango, I saw it in everything, in capoeira, I saw it in everything.
Yes.
So if this was the Kizomba before and this is the Kizomba now, what do you think will be the Kizomba tomorrow?
And somehow you can see what will happen if things don't get controlled in a positive way. Because like in the past, you have the traditionalists, you have the newcomers, you have the people just go with the flow, and this will keep like that. New styles will keep appearing, new styles of nowadays, tomorrow will be traditional styles, and the ones that nowadays are considered traditional maybe will become fashion in the future. In the salsa scene, you have exactly the same thing, and if you know a little bit of this world, you realize that this is a cycle.
Even in fashion, you can see the fashion is coming back.
The vintage is like fashion now.
Now it's hip.
Yeah.
So it's normal that it will do like this. People go, people return, it's normal. You just need to look to it in a natural way and move it smooth, because there are people that feel hurt in somehow and start buying worse And nowadays it's different because you have social networks
Yes.
and YouTubes and Facebooks that allow you to spread the message much faster and to reach much more people. So back on the day, speaking about salsa, there was the fight between Cuban salsa and LA. But if it happened nowadays, it would be huge. And in Kizomba it's happening that because the way of communication is much easier. And anybody with a cell phone can create a lot of confusion and mess on the scene.
I also believe the change is coming. We cannot avoid it anyway. We have to adapt.
Of course, and I think that it's a human being condition. We need to have stress. Before that, there was the mess between Angolans and Cape Verdeans. Now, if you see, there is no problem between Angola and the Cape Verdeans, more or less, because there is another kind of fight.
Yeah.
So till the next fight, this is like that. People need this kind of bubbles, you know. Unfortunately, but this is a fact. There are a lot of people that their personality are like that. They like, I call them the burners. People that just send like a small match and start putting a little bit of gas and just stay outside to see. And there are people that burn from inside and cannot control themselves, and they enter in the discussion, and sometimes they are victims of this kind of situation.
So what is your favorite word?
Love.
Toma.
Okay, what is your least favorite word?
But what?
Menos gostas.
Oh, hate.
Insuccess. Insuccess. I don't know if it exists, but
Possible. If not, we'll make one. We'll add it.
and problem. I don't like problems. I like challenge.
I agree. I agree. Okay. What do you mean?
Sun. Sun.
Challenge.
You see,
I like.
we complement each other.
That's good.
And boobs. I like boobs also.
Okay, what turns you off?
I don't know. Mesquinhez.
You know that kind of people that like
Try to see
all the time go to the
bad
detail,
things.
but in a bad way.
Bad way.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah.
What's that?
For me, I'm trying to remember the word. It's not incompetence, but when people don't, in people in general, incompetência.
Well, in some way, it's almost as incompetent.
Yeah, but it's not really the word. Even in Portuguese, I'm not remembered. But it's like when people fail just because they don't care.
Okay.
You know, so when you see somebody on your side that they are failing and they don't effort to do nothing else and they just quit, these kind of things turn me totally off.
Okay, what is your favorite singer?
Oh, I don't have a favorite singer, but I like Prince. Yeah. I like Madonna. I like Madonna a lot. Yeah.
There are several. It's so difficult because I love music.
Yeah.
One of my hobbies is to search for music, despite the style. So this is really a difficult question for me.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, who is your least favorite singer?
Oh,
I don't know why Jamiroquai. He never made me nothing, but I don't like Jamiroquai. I don't know why.
That's a good song.
Yes, but I don't know why. It's the first name that I remember.
oh, Zé Cabra. It's a Portuguese singer that is not singing. It's very bad.
Have a bad voice,
Yeah.
but he makes a success
Yes.
because of that.
But singing like this and makes famous for being so bad.
Okay, now, what is your favorite curse word?
Palavra feia.
What is your favorite curse word?
Oh,
swear.
When I'm mad, I like to say several, not just one.
You can say it. It's okay.
Foda-se caralho, puta que pariu. It's like a relief.
You leave the word.
Yeah.
We are from north, so
Yeah.
in north of Portugal we speak really with a lot of curse,
Bad words.
bad words.
Okay.
So, and they are very released.
Yeah.
And in the normal speech when we are with friends, like the words just come out really.
Yeah.
But there is one word that I like to say it. It's escroto. Escroto. But not directed to nothing, but it's like, you know what escroto is? It's the skin of your balls. So as a word, it's like I like to say it. Escroto.
Okay, I need to write it down. Actually, I have it
It's
on
like
camera.
this. So you have here, this is made by the skin of your ball. Escroto. Escroto. It's funny. It's funny word.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt? If you would not do dance, what would be your?
I like a lot to make things with my hands. I like a lot to do clothes. I like a lot to do misangas. I don't know the word. I love the details. I'm very like this to do all the things and to create. I learn, imagine from Angola, they have a special bracelets that they do it's very characteristic, made by misangas. I don't know the name, and I learned by myself because I broke one and I saw how to do it, and then I do it even different. I like to create these kind of things and work with my hands. Yeah.
For me, I love production, show production. So being on the backstage also of the show production, on the lighting, on all the logistic planning, something that we do it sometimes, not so often as we like, but I think it will be my retirement. When I stop dancing, this will be something that I will be doing for sure.
So professional dancing, not just
Yes,
something.
yeah, professional dancing.
And I will do the costumes.
The costumes. So we complement, always the balance.
What profession would you never do?
Dentist. I hate. I have nightmares.
Yeah, I need to fix a lot of them. I still don't do it.
I hate.
Any kind of office work that you need to be inside of something or any kind of work that you need to have 8 to 5.
9 to 5.
No,
Usually
9 to
it's
5
9 to 5.
work. I like to work all the time and to don't work when I don't want. So I can work 24 hours in a row, but if I want to stop 24 hours, I like to have this freedom. So always I try to look to something that I can have freedom of work. My problem is not to work. My problem is to have barriers. Although with our lessons we have some kind of barriers also.
Okay, last question. This is an important one.
Yeah.
If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower? What would be your superpower?
I read the mind of the people.
For me, it's teleportation. You know Son Goku, the Dragon Ball that you like
My favorite cartoon. I watched it since the beginning.
Dragon Ball Z. So this kind of stuff like teleportation would be amazing. So imagine that you are here and you can sleep at home. You don't need to unpack. So it's just like
I know.
that would be amazing.
I changed for this.
Yeah. There's this movie, I forgot the name, but they have like this, he can teleport anywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
He will teleport on top of the pyramid and like have a train.
Yes.
That
yeah.
would be
That's a good superpower.
Yes, I like it.
teleportation.
I changed mine to this.
Okay. How did you two meet?
That's,
My first dance lesson, she was teaching, or she was helping the teacher.
So you were the teacher.
Yeah. I pick up the teacher. This
Yeah.
was the first
yeah.
And
first appearance.
so
No.
you
At that time,
invited
I
her?
had 14
You were
years
not
old.
shy? Ah,
At
I
the
had
time you
14
were-
years
yes.
old at that time.
oh my god.
So I started attending to the dance lessons. She was like one of my idols. You know, like when I start dancing, I remember to the day of today going to the place of the parties and going back home with my parents saying, tonight I danced twice with Paula, I danced once with the owner of the school. So you know that you have that idols and you remember when you dance with that people. So she was one of that one because she was one of the images of that dance school. After 1 year, the owner of the school invited me to enter to the dance company, and as she was the tallest on the team, she never had like a regular partner. So I start dancing with another girl and immediately we start dancing together. But we start dancing, I had 15, and we just start dating extra dancing when I had 19, 20. So we were very good friends, and this was a problem in the beginning, because when we start dating, we know very well each other, and I was quite
busy
sharing love, you know? I was sharing a lot of love, and she knew all the kind of the things, so it was...
Oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but now we are together since 2004 as a love couple, and we dance together since 2000. So
Who asked who liked who first?
just you know that we were so close that it was the 25th of April. It's the day of revolution in Portugal.
Yeah.
She needs some love, and I was there to give some love.
No, because it was, I need somebody to give. I told him.
No, but
I need.
the thing is that when we met each other, I was really young.
Yeah.
And then I started growing. I started having some hair here on the chest, you know.
Oh, I
No.
don't like
And
it.
we start doing a work out of the dance company that was in the theater, like a cabaret. And we start being more time together, and some things start appearing that we were not used to, because we know already each other for 4 or 5 years. She had her boyfriend, I had my girlfriends, and we were very friends of each other, but never thought, although everybody was saying that we had a lot of chemistry, because we worked together, we had some performance situations that we were on the bed and doing some things very intimate, but finish the performance, we're like, oh my god, it's like brother and sister, you know? But that chemistry was there since the beginning, although we never looked to it like that. So when suddenly appeared, for us it was quite strange. Even for our friends, it was like, it's really strange to see you two like that.
And then in the beginning we didn't say to nobody.
We spent some months that we were together and nobody knew it. Just people getting like, this is strange. Obrigado.
Obrigada.
Fala.